Hey, I think we're live. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can't. So today we're going to be doing an edit stream. It's going to be pretty chill. My plan is to really just kind of cover how to roll through Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I use. And we're going to be editing some of my latest videos. Ask Ash. I'm turning down my mic. Sorry, 1 second. So we're going to be editing Ask Ash. Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. I'm glad you can hear me. Hello, Ray. Hello, Altro. Everyone else. Oscar Raccoon. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, it'll be super exciting and fun and silly and all that. Okay, so here's our timeline. This is the footage that I recorded today. You can see right over here. That's my viewer. So this was a question from one of my patrons, and it was a question about how I make my videos. So I was like, well, why not stream it too? Because this is actually quite relevant to how I make my videos. The editing process is a very big and involved thing. Oh, hi everyone else. Hi. Hey, Seawolf. Nice to see you. Yeah, so this is kind of how I just roll through the back end of my videos, and you can check it out here and hopefully learn a little bit of something too. Okay, so you have your timeline here. I already took the liberty of syncing the audio up because that's just tedious and silly. But so this is the beginning file, which
it's a little quieter.
You can check out here.
Ask Ash is a weekly show where I answer questions from you, my audience. This week, I'm answering a question from one of my patrons. How long does the video recording and editing process take, and which setup and tools do you use? To answer this question, we're going to do things a little different, with some extra cool behind-the-scenes footage. So, first things first, let's talk about time. The time it takes to record and edit videos varies greatly depending on which video series I'm working on. Take, for example, Trans Voices.
Oh, Happy New Year, Seawolf, and I would love another mod. Actually, I can add you... let me actually have Chip add you. Hey, hon, can you add Seawolf as a mod?
Already done.
Okay, looks like Chip already added you. Okay, so you can see here's kind of like the first little bit. And we have this first segment, and we're going to go ahead and kind of scrub this footage, get it ready, cut it down a little bit. Hey, Stephanie, how's it going? This is actually your Ask Ash question. Here it is, right here. I would love a cookie. Cookies are the best, Oscar. I would adore a cookie. That'd make me so happy. So we're going to kind of trim this down and make it all perfect.
You're hitting the red.
Alright, so first things first, I'm going to go in here and I am going to fix the color because it looks a little green. At least on my monitor it looks green. And I always use a little effect called, there's effects. So video effects, go down here, color correction, and I use Lumetri color. And the reason I'm doing this right now, as opposed to a little bit later, is, yeah, watching a live video about editing a video, Yeah, it's like super meta going on here. It's kind of crazy. So I dropped this Lumetri color on it to kind of correct it while I still have the whole piece together, because as soon as you start cutting it, so like if I were to cut it right now, then it would only adjust this segment as opposed to the whole piece. So I do my color first. It's just a personal preference. You can do it any which way you want. My voice is too low. I can boost it a little bit. Is that better? I hope you all can hear me. Let me know if you can.
Just don't hit the red.
All right, so I dropped the Lumetri on. I go over here to basic color correction. And basic, not creative yet. And I look at this, it's a little green, go here to tint. And tint is going to adjust the difference between magenta, so like that super magenta, and green. And I'm going to probably do like a +4 or 3. There we go. And it looks a little low contrast, so I'm going to bring some contrast back into the scene. And I'm going to probably go down here to vignettes just for now, and we'll do like a nice little vignette. So that'll kind of draw the attention to the center of the screen. So vignettes are a nice way for you to really focus the viewer's attention towards the center of the screen or towards your subject. So you can use a vignette to see how it kind of, so that this is off and on. So you can kind of see how that pushes your eye towards the center of the screen there. And I shot this all in 4K. So I will be doing some other little tricks here too. Hi Clayton, how's it going? Hello everyone who just joined. Welcome. Super exciting edit stream. Woohoo!
You're lagging so much.
How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. I'm just hanging out. All right, so you can see here, I've kind of pulled the color back to where I think it should be, so we should be ready to edit now. So I have the whole piece here. We can watch it real fast.
Ask Ash is a weekly show where I answer questions from you, my audience. This week, I'm answering a question from one of my patrons. How long does the video recording and editing process
Thank you,
take,
Stephanie.
and which setup and tools do you use? To answer this question, we're going to do things a little differently, with some extra cool behind-the-scenes footage. So, first things first, let's talk about time.
Oh, so I am using Premiere Pro 2019 right now as my edit software.
That series is a much longer edit process and will usually take me about...
Hi, Clayton the Wolf. Hi.
Editing it down so it'll be ready to post. Episodes like Ask Ash, however, are a bit faster and they take about an hour from start to finish. Now let's talk about gear and editing. As a side note, I have included affiliate links to all my recommended kit in the description below. For cameras, I like to use Sony. I have an A7 series cam that I use for almost everything. If you're in the market for a vlog cam, I would help.
Okay, so I have some other footage that I shot. So up here in my bin, so how I make my videos. I have some of the footage right here, where you can actually see some of the behind the scenes of what I do. So I recorded all this on my cell phone, which is a Pixel, because obviously I have my camera set up here. You can kind of pre-scrub the footage if you take a look up here. And so we'll kind of pull this onto the timeline now, and we can oh, hold on. Oh, so my timeline's in 1080, so this is a trick I use all the time. When you're shooting in 4K, you don't have to post in 4K. In fact, I usually post in 1080 for this reason, and that's because you can actually double your shots just by simply having it record in 4K, edit in 1080, shrink the footage back down to the appropriate size, or shrink the footage down to 1080 by scaling it, and then you can actually zoom in without really losing any quality. Though as you can see on the cell phone footage, it's not the highest quality, but it still works. Hello, hi, welcome. I don't know who that is, but cool. You know, like, I mean, it's always nice to sound like someone, I guess. Alright, so you can see here, you know, like, here's some footage of the camera, the lights, the setup. So I do a variety of different setups. So I'm trying to show like what I usually do to kind of make the scene into this right here. So like you can kind of see what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and snip a few shots out, and we're going to go ahead and set those on the timeline. And while we do that, I'm just going to delete that audio so we don't have to listen to me and whatever I was saying or doing at that time. Oh, you can see my dog over here. This is Diego. Hi, Bradley. How's it going? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody in the chat, too. It's wonderful to see you back if you joined us last night. And it's fantastic to see you here if you're new to this stream. So you can see here. So I might roll through some of these and do a few other little things like warp stabilize and stuff. You'll see as I kind of get along in this, all the little tricks that I use. Yeah, video editing's awesome, isn't it, Mike? I mean, like, I totally just love chilling and editing. I mean, this is 90% of what I do, so. Designing badges. I mean, I would say as far as, like, designing badges go, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not so much a graphic designer. I'm more of just kind of like a weird person. Yeah. I'm gonna have to look at this person now. I'm like terribly curious as to who I sound like. All right, so there's a shot 2. Okay, so that was kind of the shot I was looking for. So, another handy tip that you can use when you're editing. So,
first, let's talk about time. The time it takes to record and edit videos varies greatly depending on which video series I'm working on. Take, for example, Trans Voices. That series is a much longer edit process and will usually take me about
I do know what Minecraft is, and I can do Minecraft a little bit later on.
Episodes like Ask Ash, however, are a bit faster, and they take about an hour from start to finish. Now let's talk about gear and editing. As a side note, I have included affiliate links to all my recommended kit in the description below. For cameras,
So, here's a quick tip. So, like, you can use a tool called a marker by pressing the letter M, and you'll see this little green dash show up. And that green dash, so long as you have the magnet tool on right here, should snap whatever you're trying to put there. And it'll snap to either edge, so the beginning of the take or the end of it. Hey, congrats, Seawolf. Congrats. That's wonderful. That is super awesome to become a Twitch affiliate. Congratulations. I hope it treats you well. Twitch is amazing. Yeah. And Chevyman, thank you so much for plugging the Discord. I really appreciate it. You're the best. We do have a Discord channel, which is linked in the chat right now, if you want to check it out, and it'll have more stuff kind of like this. Anyways, back to my thoughts. So, like, the marker appears, so you can set markers all over your timeline. So, like, if you want another one there, for example, we'll just go ahead and remove it for now. But you can set the marker at the cue, or at the start of your, like your verbal cue for the shot. So, what I like to do, so like I'm talking about camera equipment, so I set a marker, and then I set my shot.
I like to use Sony. I have an
So
A7 series cam that I use for almost everything.
So it allows you to really just quickly hash things out on your timeline without too much of a hassle, and like just kind of speed through it. It's really nice. Oh, and so links to Amazon, yeah. So that's essentially what that's going to be. Is it's just like Chip had suggested that I use a affiliate link because, you know, like if any of y'all like the cameras and stuff, I guess it can come back to me somehow through Amazon, which I have my doubts. I have my doubts about that, but you know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Trans Voices. So my Trans Voices is kind of one of my passion projects, and it's actually turning into a feature film, and I'm super excited to say that. I mean, like, we will be shooting all of this coming year. You can see right here. Hold on. Let me snap that. Okay, so we'll cut that right there. Yeah, so we'll be shooting all of this next year on that. And it's going to be like a long documentary kind of thing on the trans community. Super cool. Yeah. Oh, this up here, so this is one of my favorite lights. So, like, if any of y'all are in the markets for lighting and stuff, like, this thing is super cool. This is called the YN362. It's a tube LED with its own battery and stuff inside, and it could do, like, RGB and all that stuff, too, so it's, like, super rad when you're shooting. And its form factor is actually surprisingly useful for this kind of stuff. Like, it's not really what I would have expected when I first looked at it, but, you know... Yeah. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. I'm excited to show everyone. I have a little teaser around that's being finished, and my friend who's an editor as well, also named Ash, is he lives out in San Francisco, and he's going to be coming out here for like a couple weeks for us to really hash out the project and start doing our crowdfunding campaign. So I'm really excited for it. We're going to make it either way, but, you know, like crowdfunding, you know, like is going to be our bread and butter here for this particular project. So, yeah. Oh, I will so look them up. Yeah, I'll totally listen to them. Yeah. There we go. All right, so I want a nice... Here's a nice clip of one of the lights right there. So we'll pull that up. There's Diego. He likes to get in every shot. Every single shot. Like, I swear, he's such a silly dog. I love him, though. Yeah, it does kind of look like that, doesn't it? But yeah, so let me see what I got going on here. Okay, so we have a few shots that I want to illustrate kind of like the placement of things, just to give you all a general idea and how the different ways you can set these up. So this is the key light right here. And we got the backlight right here. And then that's where I set subject. Another shot right there that we can use. And... oh, so this is my little monitor that you can see right here. So... that's pretty much how I see myself when I'm shooting, because Sony cameras don't have the flip-out screens. Yeah, Diego's super silly. He's actually, like, asleep at my feet right now. LUT? Oh, LUTs. Yeah, I use LUTs on occasion, but, like, generally speaking, I kind of do my own grade, and sometimes I will save it as a LUT and apply it to other footage, so it just depends. I mean, like, this stuff for YouTube, I don't use LUTs as much with, just simply because YouTube is kind of more of a quick turnaround type medium, but, I mean, is what it is. I've no shame in using them. I mean, they do make footage look pretty. In fact, that Lumetri plugin that I was showing earlier, so if we go back here and go down to effects controls, has an option for an input LUT right here, so you can load your own, or you can go down here to creative look, and you have all these that are built in from Adobe itself, and it's actually really cool. So like if you wanted something, you know, like really silly, like here, let me actually scrub over to that footage real fast. So this is me without a LUT, and then let's say we wanted to do Fuji Eterna 250D. So you can see it kind of gave it like a little bit of a faded film look. There's another one, higher contrast. Only problem I have with LUTs really with this particular footage is I'm shooting on a Sony DSLR, so that's 8-bit. And 8-bit tends to get a little hairy when you start applying LUTs to it, meaning like the compression itself breaks the footage. So I try to avoid it, but is, you know, like you can use it. It's not the end of the world. All right, so here's some other footage I shot right here for the video. So this is also 4K, so let me shrink this down. So you go to effects controls. So when you shoot 4K video and you put on a 1080 timeline, it shows up zoomed in. So you simply go over here to scale under effects controls, 50%, because it's half the size, and you are good. Yeah, Diego's so cute. I love him. So you can see here the footage. Also, apparently the phone thought I was shooting the other way, so you can just rotate 180. There you go. So these are the two lights that I use in the video. So this is an aperture LED panel, and this is the YN360. So we can go back and you can see. Let's all steal Diego. Please don't. I love Diego. He's my baby. So you can see up here, Wine's 360 Mark II. It's actually a really nice light. It's one of the few that I actively recommend to folks because it is that handy. And then, let's see. Yeah, so this little aperture light, I love this thing. It's like super powerful and small and like, I don't know. Like it is like what I consider to be a good light, which is something that you can pack with you, take with you anywhere. It gives you the output that you need to function in a lot of environments, but at the same time, you know, like you're not carrying something that's like an extra 20 pounds of kit. You know, you just have this really neat little tiny high output fixture. There we go. Is the cake a lie? I don't know. I want cake. The cake is a lie. It is most definitely... Oh! Chip has informed me that that is from Portal, and I know Portal, and I'm an idiot for not remembering that. I'm sorry. There we go. We got a little paw shot right there. So right now I'm just kind of organizing down my B-roll. And I'm going to pull all this over the top of the edit. I've been editing videos and shooting videos for, oh geez, I mean, professionally 10 years, not professionally, I would say like 14 or 15 years. So before YouTube and before like Furry and stuff, I worked in the film industry as a director of photography. So I did a lot of film work with with like commercials and documentaries, all that fun stuff. And I kind of ended up losing that job, or not really job. I ended up losing my career when I transitioned, and it really, I don't know, I mean, like, it really sucked, as you can imagine. And I kind of gave up cameras and stuff for a little while because I just thought that I wasn't ever going to be able to do this kind of thing again. And my husband, Chip, convinced me to just try, like YouTube, which, I mean, I'll be honest, when I first got into film, like I used to think YouTube was kind of like, like the refuge of the silly, weird internet video, which, I mean, in some ways it kind of is, but I am not ignoring you. I am not ignoring you, I promise. Are you asking me or are you asking the chat about dream jobs? Yeah, I'm so happy I picked it up again, too. Like, if it wasn't for Chip convincing me to just, like, give it a shot, and, like, my other friends and supporting my art, and, like, honestly, like, if it wasn't for other furry YouTubers out there, like, folks like, always save your project whenever you're working in any editor. I recommend saving, like, every 5 to 10 minutes. Don't be sorry. Nobody ever has to be sorry about that. This is everybody, or this is the problem with people not understanding trans people and, like, weird religious bigots. It happens. It's not a big deal. I survived. I'm here. I'm happy. What was that all right? I just heard an all right. Oh, thank you, Bryan Fox. Thank you. It's a bummer that it happened, but, like, it is what it is. That's the thing. Like, you kind of just got to make the best of each situation and go with it. But, like I was saying, so again, this is 4K, so I got to pull this back down. So 50. Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, I would have... That'd be wonderful. I'd love that. I mean, like... but yeah, so, like... Where was I going with this? Han, where was I going with this? My train of thought has been infinitely interrupted. Oh, yeah. So, like, as far as things go... I mean, you can't sit back and feel sorry for yourself the whole time. I mean, you just kind of got to make the best of what you got and work with it. So, I mean, that's what I do. And YouTube has turned out to be quite the creative outlet for me, and I've actually been super happy and thrilled to share these experiences and hopefully continue to share them with y'all. Yeah. Hi, Willie. I'm doing great. And thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy my videos. I'm actually super happy to hear that. And, yeah, lots of love right back at all of you. Like, thank you for coming out and watching the stream and supporting this. Like, it's super appreciated. Oh, cool. Thank you, Oscar. So, like, hit us up in the actual chat, and or in the Discord group, and like, I'll chat. You can hit me up anytime, whatever. Yeah. You'll just shove a job into my hands. That would be amazing. I would love that. That'd be cool. I'm actually trying to turn this into a job. I decided, so, like, with the feature film and stuff that I'm working on with my friend, we kind of decided to really just, like, try and turn this, like, both working with the fandom and doing this other work on the side into, like, something that is bigger and better and more fun, and like turn this into kind of our career. Oh, you did, Chevy Man? I would love to see it. Coming out as furries always a tricky one, because people don't necessarily really understand what's up and what's going on. So you can see in this shot right here, as testing the angle of the light. So you can nice part about that wand light is you can kind of finesse it in really easily like that. And then, let's see. Cool. So I think that's enough of the B-roll right there. So Stephanie, I think there will be a DVD release upon completion. It's probably a long ways out. We're talking like, so we're just at the beginning phases of this. I've started shooting some of the preliminary interviews and stuff, but like we're not going to be finished with that film for probably another year or two. I mean, like, a feature is a really long haul kind of project, and a documentary feature is that much more of a long haul. Well, yeah, it'll probably be Blu-ray. And more realistically, it'll probably be internet release. But, yeah. You know, I appreciate that so much. And, like, if I wasn't broke, I'd be donating to, like, all my friends as much as I could in that same sense. But, yeah, the challenges of life as a furry. All that art, you know? Okay, so I have my, Oh, thank you! You like furries because of me. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Stephanie. Yeah, actually, I could totally use that help. In fact, one of the people I just interviewed for Trans Voices at MFF, let me see, what was I gonna say here? So they're fluent in American Sign Language because their mom, his mom, is deaf, and when he came out as trans to her, it presented quite the interesting challenge there too. So it was kind of like one of those kind of maybe less tangible but more tangible moments. It's a great interview. I'm excited to show that all to y'all. Yeah, it'll probably be like video on demand or Netflix release. We'll kind of see. So Chevy Man, is that because of, like, I don't know, maybe the what do you call it, circles?
Ask Ash.
What is going on here?
However, are a bit .com/ashcoyote.
Go figure. I might have to troubleshoot this for 1 second. I'm still going to be streaming. I'm going to just switch to the starting soon screen, and I will be right back. It'll probably be like a minute tops. I think my my cache is full. I'm going to need to dig through something really fast. Oh, have fun. Thank you for joining us, Eldrag. Here, 1 second. Alright, sorry, I'm trying to fix a technical issue right now, so, go figure. It's funny that we should be talking about this while we are doing an editing stream. This is the joys of editing. And I fixed it. It's fine. I had to just clear the cache really fast, and we're all good. Yeah, so the video just disappears sometimes. It's actually an issue with the graphics card in this case. Oh, Benson Imaging, the most difficult part about transitioning is probably going to be the social transition. So, like, when you first come out and you say, like, hey, I'm trans, and you don't have too much as far as, like, the physical changes present, yet, I mean, like, people are going to be kind of, like, weird about it because they don't know how to address you, they don't know how to approach you, and, like, you know, like, for some reason that's, like, super challenging for folks, even though I think it's kind of an easy fix. Just, you know, like, call people whatever they want to be called, and it's great, and that's okay. But, yeah, so I'd say the hardest part is definitely the social transition. Oh, thank you! Anything I do is a diamond. You're so sweet. Okay, so...
Ask Ash.
So first things first, now that we're starting the actual cut. So I usually do a little bit of a quick cut right here. Software I'm using for video, or I don't use any video recording software. I record off a Sony A7. However, my video editing software here is Premiere Pro CC 2019. It's fantastic. Highly recommend it. Oh yeah, so I'm going to do a quick cut right here. I love Mark Sparks. He's amazing. He has like such a fantastic attitude towards everything. I mean, like, I finally got to meet him in person at MFF, and like, dude's really awesome. Like, if y'all don't follow him, check him out. He's super cool.
Ask Ash is a weekly show where I answer questions from you, my audience. This week, I'm answering a question from one of my patrons. How long?
So, one of my let me add the music back. Just got to restart my playlist. So one of the tricks I use
How long does the video recording and editing process take, and which setup and tools do you use? To answer this question, we're going to do things a little differently, with some extra cool behind-the-scenes footage. So first things first, let's talk about time.
So when I edit, I kind of edit in complete thoughts. So what I do is I'll kind of like kind of parse everything out, and I will kind of define the shots. So since I shot this in 4K, the coolest part about this is that I can actually just punch in right here. So now I can go up here, 75, knock it over like this. There we go. So watch what it does to the flow of the editing.
Ask Ash is a weekly show where I answer questions from you, my audience. This week, I'm answering a question from one of my patrons. How long does the video recording and editing process take, and which setup and tools do you use? To answer this question, we're going to do things a little differently, with some extra cool behind-the-scenes footage. So, first things first, let's talk about time. The time it takes to record.
So you see how that simple cut right there and kind of close up fixes a few problems. So like you can go here now and you have this dead area. I do like to doodle. I haven't doodled any dragons, but I mean, you know, and then Bradley, I do know Majira. I have met Majira in person. I met him when he was quite a bit younger, too, and first starting out on YouTube as well. He's a super cool dude. In fact, he is going to be a part of an upcoming series that I have on the fandom, which is going to be kind of like a similar docu-series to what Trans Voices is, but furry. So it's going to cover like furry YouTubers, fursuit makers, artists, people who are a part of the fandom and really make us thrive, and like it's going to be really cool. So that one's going to be edited by the other Ash, who I will actually have my husband drop a link to his social media in the Discord and in the chat. Oh, so what I did here.
The time it takes.
So what we can do is we can kind of pad out the cut, so we can remove some of that dead space
takes to record and edit video.
So I just, if you go up here, and if you're ever having like issues with playback, you can just select half or a quarter, and it will usually fix a lot of your problems. It's never really, like much of an issue unless I'm trying to stream something, of course. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and hit save again, just...
The time it takes to record and edit videos varies greatly depending on which video series I'm working on.
Alright. This is my first YouTube stream for 2019. Though technically I kind of streamed last night, so depending on what time zone you were in, I might have streamed in your time zone for 2019, but this is my first official 2019 stream. Hi Aurora, nice to see you. Thank you for joining the chat. It's awesome. Hit me up with any questions while I'm editing, and I will try and answer them. I don't think I've met Rika. I've seen Vixen Dog's channel, and I think it's awesome, though. Does that count?
Hi. The time it takes to record and edit videos varies greatly depending on which video series I'm working on. Take, for example, Tram's Voices. That series is a much longer edit process and will usually take me about an hour of shooting plus another 5 hours of editing it down, so it will be ready to post.
So that was another complete thought right there, I believe.
Episodes like Ask Ash, however, are a bit faster, and they take about an hour from start to finish. Now let's talk about gear and editing. As a side note, I have included...
Oh, so I record audio using a dual system setup. So I will usually use a shotgun mic. I have a Audio-Technica 875R as far as the shotgun mic goes, and then I also use studio condenser mics for streams. So like right now I'm using a Blue Yeti. I also have a I think it's an AT2035 over there that we use for like some of our gaming stuff. Good audio is kind of like the thing. Ha! Of course, the video broke again. This might be the cursed stream for me. We shall see. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and hit save again. And it might be that I am having some issues over here with my media player. I'm going to try pausing the music for a second and see if that actually fixes my problem.
The music's too quiet. I can't hear it at all.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and exit Ask Ash. And we'll go down here to Premiere. Oh, this is how I create my stream titles. It's pretty quick and dirty. So I go here, Ask Ash, opening the project. Yeah, I don't know why it's being so, like, finicky today. Oh, hello! Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Alright. Let's see if that fixed our problem.
Edit process and will usually take me about an hour of shooting plus another 5 hours of editing it down, so it will be ready to post. Episodes like Ask Ash, however, are a bit faster, and they take about an hour from start to finish.
Okay, so there we go. It's fixed! I think I fixed it. Hello, Alton! It's nice to see you! I still need to send you back your drone. I'm so sorry. That is, that is being taken care of, I promise. So we have here, so like, you can see.
Ash is a weekly show where I answer questions from you, my audience. This week, I'm answering a question from one of my patrons. How long does the video recording and editing process take, and which setup and tools do you use? To answer this question, we're going to do things a little differently, with some extra cool behind-the-scenes footage. So, first things first, let's talk about Ahern, The time it takes to record.
So what we do right here, yeah, you know, like, your audio setup is variable, and like, I think that the best thing about having any audio, like really like any external mic other than what's built into the camera, is going to be that it is going to give you just higher quality, deeper, richer sound, and that's what you want. So like when we're talking, like right now, even in the stream, you know, like I'm talking into a nice condenser microphone, and that's going to make a huge difference. I mean, even down to the point of like the, you know, like the production value to you subconsciously. I mean, like how it affects you when you're listening to it, how the tones sound to your ears. I mean, subconsciously, the audience will know. All right, so I'm going to bump in. I do use noise cancellation sometimes, but generally speaking, so I use an external preamp. My preamp is it's a Zoom X5, or not X5, H5, and that's where you plug the microphone into, and it will record everything onto a SD card and uncompressed wave. Then you can take the uncompressed wave file into Audition down here, so this software. And Audition is going to be where you're going to kind of finesse that wave in, equalize it, adjust your levels appropriately, make it sound right, and then bump it into this where you resync the audio to the video. So, I mean, like that process, I usually I just heard something happened. Mr. Tomato 3000, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. You're wonderful. Yeah, so like that is how generally I work with it. And also, like, the quality of the mic is going to affect the noise, or at least perceived noise from the audio. So like if you have a good mic, so like let's say you're using a good condenser mic, like, you know, like the blue Yeti that I have here, or, you know, like the AT2035, it's going to sound a lot better. And it's going to be less noisy, and it's going to have less artifacts and less issues in post, and it's overall going to just be a better quality sound file. I mean, in general, you're going to just have better fidelity, dynamic range, all that stuff. So we're going to just do like another kind of crop in right here, so you can see. Okay, so this is what happens if the shots are too similar. So you actually want to have a distinct difference between your shots. And that will play into how it flows visually. So
first things first, let's talk about time. The time it takes to record and edit videos varies greatly.
There you go.
On which
See,
video series
so
you're working on. Take, for example, Trans Voices. That series is a much longer edit process and will usually take me about an hour of shooting plus another 5 hours of editing it down, so we'll be ready to post.
So we'll bump in here, and this one I'm going to actually jump in all the way. So you can see you can utilize the full resolution of the image just by kind of jumping around. So 1080 is essentially like half the resolution of 4K. So really, you can jump in. So it's like having a 2x zoom or it's like having a zoom on a second camera. So you can jump in and kind of finesse it around. And that was kind of like when I was first getting into film, you know, like 4K was just coming around with the Red 1. And that was kind of like the big selling point of the Red 1 at the time. It wasn't that it shot in 4K and you delivered in 4K. It was that you could reframe the videos. And that's kind of what I use it for still to this day, because honestly, like 4K deliverables on YouTube get compressed so bad that you'll never see the quality from it. So, I mean, I guess I just don't see the point.
So we'll be ready to post. Episodes like Ask Ash, however, are a bit faster, and they take about an hour from start to finish. Now let's talk about gear, and
okay, so you can kind of see how this is starting to flow now. So I try and shoot everything as clean as possible. As clean, like a one-take wonder, make it perfect, and and try not to do any of the jump cuts. I often find, like jump cuts is a style in YouTube, and it does work, but I like to hide them if I have to use them. So if I really had to use a jump cut, I would actually hide it between one of these 2 points. So I might, like have my continuous take right here.
And they take about an hour from start to finish. Now let's talk about gear and editing. As a side note, I have included affiliate links to all my recommended kit in the description below. For cameras, I like to use Sony. I have an A7 series cam that I use for almost everything. If you're in the market for a vlog cam, I would highly recommend the A7 III on the high end and the A6300 and 6500 on the mid-range. There are plenty of great cameras out there for less. These are just the ones that I'm most comfortable with.
Okay, and so, like, actually, that being said, on that particular edit right there, I mean, like, if you are shopping for a camera, any camera is better than no camera. It doesn't matter what you have. I mean, I'm just very comfortable with Sony. That's what I shot with a lot when I was doing this more professionally. And I still am a professional photographer. My camera is an A7R III. I love the camera to death, but it is way, 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 way overkill for YouTube. You don't need something that expensive or that nice. Honestly, I have friends who've been shooting on like T2Is, which are like, you can pick up for like $100 on Craigslist now. And it looks fantastic. And in many ways, you really can't tell the difference between this and that if you light it properly. So, I mean, it's kind of a moot point. I would suggest just getting whatever you can afford, learn lighting, learn good audio, and work your way up from there. If you do end up having a nice camera, like the A7R III or something, great. That's wonderful. And I would use it to your advantage then. But until then, it doesn't really matter. What happens if you have a computer without a camera at home? So, like, if you have a computer and no camera at all, you can still do stuff. I mean, you can make animations. You can kind of edit together stuff that you get off the internet. I mean, it really the doors of creativity are open for you so long as you have an idea of what you want to do. You can live stream too, like I'm doing right now. I mean, you don't need a camera to do this. I mean, you need a camera obviously to shoot and like shoot footage and edit it, but if you were to live stream, you could just live stream stuff from your desktop and use a microphone or your webcam mic and talk into it and still make real usable content.
So we'll be ready to post. Episodes like Ask Ash, however, are a bit faster and they take about an hour from start to finish. Now let's talk about...
Okay, so we're going to go into this. I'm going to say 60... Not 654. That is super close. Wow, look at that. That 4K resolution right there. Cool. So we'll just bump that over a little bit. Oh, so Zeta, I actually do a variety of different things. So when I'm setting up to shoot these episodes, So obviously, you've seen a lot of this area right here. This is my front sitting room. And I just kind of leave it set up like this. So like I have my cute like old little 16mm and 8mm cameras right there, some furry art. I just found that area tends to look really nice and it's pretty easy to light and it's pretty easy setup to work with. So, I mean, I tend to shoot in that particular shot for Ask Ash a lot, just because I want it to have a specific feel. Now, in Yapping with Ash, which is like the other series that I do, and some of the other videos, so like Trans Voices, lately I've been going out on location a lot, which means actually going to these people's homes or businesses or wherever that, it is that they reside and filming them there. I also will use, for like Yapping with Ash though, like I try and have a different shot each time. So like I try and shoot in a different setup somewhere in my house than what I've used in the past. It just varies show to show. As you can see, so if you go up here to the actual project file, I have 4 Ask Ashes that I recorded today, and they're all kind of in a similar setup. Now, when you're doing these, and and whenever you're making videos like this in the first place, I actually really recommend that, you know, like you kind of plan things out and look at things not from a, I need to get X done now, but what can you do along the lines of like stuff in the future too, and how you can get that out of your way. So when you're recording, these videos, try and utilize the setup as much as you can. So like if we go into here, so like this is, I did an episode on washing your fursuit. So if you go into washing your fursuit, you can see the different footage that I have. So this is how you wash your fursuit. And then Hi Thunder Orca, and then you can actually see the sequence that I put together with it right here. And you can see that I utilize the same setup, a slightly different shot and slightly different lighting. So generally speaking, I just try and maximize my my time in front of camera when I do set up, because it just saves time across the board. We do plan on going to MFF. I am actually really excited for MFF this year, and I will love to see you again. Thunder Orca takes amazing photos. He always takes wonderful photos of us, and yeah, I mean, like we bump into him almost every single year at, I think we've seen you at Beagle FC as well, but usually MFF, so yeah. Hi Frogface. Hi, how's it going? Yeah, so Zeta, did that answer your question, or do you have, did you have anything else that you wanted to ask in regards to that?
To all my recommended kit in the description below. For cameras, I like to use Sony. I have an A7.
All right, so here's a nice trick right here. So you can see that we have this dead space right here between these two. So we can actually jump over here. So where I say the word for, and we can actually cut just before that, so we don't cut off any of the audio. Oh yeah, that's right, RF. Oh, thank you, Frogface. I am so happy that you like my channel, and always feel free to hit me up in a stream or in our Discord if you ever have any questions or anything like that. I can have, hey, hon, can you drop the Discord link in the chat? Chip is going to put the Discord link in the chat if any of y'all want to join. You can always hit me up there too. It's right there. There it is. And it's like super chill, just kind of chat stuff. All right, so you can see right here. So I'm going to go ahead and place another cut point. So what we're going to do right here is we're actually going to hide this this cut in B-roll. So you just bump this over, drop that on the side.
In the description below. For cameras, I like to use
See,
Sony.
so it's all about kind of creating pacing. So like pacing is like super important whenever you're editing down a video and whenever you're kind of coming up with like a concept. It's the pacing of the piece is going to have a big effect on how the audience perceives the piece. So a lot of times what I'll try and do is during those little pause breaks, I'll try and shorten them. But I'll try and shorten them in a way that strategically moves the story along so that it's not dragging on at any point, and it keeps its kind of short and sweet nature, which is what makes this show this show. So like Ask Ash and Yapping with Ash, kind of the idea behind it was I saw a lot of YouTubers out there doing like 15-minute runs with their videos, and I was like, that's really cool. I wonder if I can do the same thing but faster, and not faster in like a bad way as in like shorter in quality, but just more condensed. And that's kind of what these little pieces are. It's something that you can kind of click, watch, and go all within like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and enjoy. Yeah.
Affiliate links to all my recommended kit in the description below. For cameras, I like to use Sony. I have an A7 series cam that I use for almost everything. If you're in the market for a vlog cam, I would highly recommend the A7 III on the high end and the A6.
Let's see. Oh, I mean, it'd be really nice to have 100,000 subs, but, you know, like, I'm not really looking at it so much as, like, a numbers game. I'm more looking at it as, like, hey, this is something I enjoy. This is something I've done my entire life, or at least my entire professional life, adult life. I've done film and video, and I love it. And I really look forward to actually, like, kind of turning this side, so, like, this YouTube side and, like, this channel into something that's more sustainable for me in the future. So, like, something that I can actually choose to do full-time, or at least mostly full-time, and, like, do, like, my passion projects, like the feature film I talked about, trans voices, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just excited. And then... Oh, Zeta, you know, like, it's never too late to really get back into making videos. I highly recommend, you know, like, just try and set out a schedule, you know, like, set up something and just do it, and, like, have a good time doing it, and do stuff that you're passionate about. Like, always, I cannot stress that enough, focus on the things that you're passionate about and you're interested in. So, like, if you really like RC cars, make your channel about RC cars, you know, like share your passion with the world, you know, like, if you like, I don't know, you know, like fursuits or something, you know, like, make a channel about fursuits. Yeah. You know, I've actually always wanted to go to a con in Arizona. I have a lot of friends down in Arizona. I don't know if you know Ouija the Bat. His suit is super cute. I believe he's down there, and, like, a few other folks are down there. Yeah. 100 stars. Oh, 100 stars. Thank you, Bradley.
6300 and 6500 on the mid-range. There are plenty of great cameras out there for less. There are plenty of great cameras out there for less. These are just the ones that I'm most comfortable with. Below. For cameras, I like to use Sony. I have an A7 series cam that I use for almost...
Yeah, Ouija is super awesome. I adore him. His suit is so cute. Like, he's just a sweetheart, too. He's a good person. Alright, so what do we got here? So we go from a close-up. So we'll kind of do a pull-out to mid. So we'll do 70... kind of do like that.
And editing.
And then this one we're actually gonna kind of pull back down. Let's do like 55.
That I use for almost everything. If you're in the market for a vlog cam, I would highly recommend the A7.
1 million stars.
A6300 and 6500 on the mid-range. There are plenty of great...
What are Frankenclips? I'm not sure what a Frankenclip is.
Cam that I use for almost everything. If you're in the market for a vlog cam, I would highly recommend the A7 III on the high
What are
end and
Frankenclips, Chevy Man?
6500 on the mid-range. There are plenty of...
Okay, so, like, whenever I kind of have, like, a little interjection point, like, there are plenty of good, you know, like, cameras on the low end. I mean, like, I tend to try and, like, bump those into, like, a close-up as much as possible, at least. So in this one, we might do, like, 85. So, like, it'll be a nice kind of tight shot. And so the parameter that I'm editing right here is actually scale. So it's right over here. It says scale. And you can just click here, and you can go in and out, see? So we'll just go, like, 85. So 80, that's on a scale of 0 to 100. Oh, so Frogface, I am 30. I've been in the fandom since I was, I want to say, like, it was like 14. And I was kind of like ghosting the fandom at the time. I met my husband in the fandom. We're married and, like, love each other, and, like, it's awesome. And, like, he's the one who really brought me into the fandom, like, super fast. Like, he took me to my first con. He got me into fursuiting. He got me into doing this. And we've been together for about 10 years. We met right as I was finishing college and all that fun stuff. yeah, I don't know, like the fandom furry, all that stuff is amazing to me. I love it. Oh yeah, no, I've totally done Franken clips before. I know what's up. I gotcha. I gotcha. All the stars in the night sky, yeah, that would be nice. That sounds very Katamari Damacy.
In mid-range. There are plenty of great cameras out there for less. These are just the ones that I'm most comfortable with. For lighting, I like...
Alright, so we have a new thought here, so for lighting. So for lighting, we're going to just bump over and kind of pull back right there, and we can... Oh, hold on, that didn't cut. Here we go. So I'll butt these two clips up. Adobe has a nice feature right here, so if you hit Control-Z, so you can see it. So there's a gap right here. If you want to close the gap, all you have to do is right-click, Ripple Delete, or you click the dead space. So you click with your mouse right here and push the delete button. And that will bump these two clips together. So
For lighting, I like to use a variety of LEDs.
Oh, so Frogface, this is Premiere Pro CC, so that's Creative Cloud 2019, so it's the latest iteration of it. I just have a subscription to it. I think it's like $20 a month. Totally worth it. I highly, 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 highly recommend Adobe products. They tend to be really reliable and they work great. It comes with a whole slew of software. I mean, like... So they have Premiere Rush, which is like their more condensed version of it if you're not like into having like a full editor like what I have right here. And then they also have like Photoshop with it, which Photoshop, so like you can actually see my Photoshop right here. It's something that I use a lot, like a lot whenever I do like my my streams, whenever I'm working on animations and stuff. So like I, let me see if I actually... I don't know if I actually have it still open. Let me see. Oh, Ash Puppet 2. So when I'm working on animations, so you can like see like right here. So like this is kind of styled in the Agretsuko style, but like I'm basically creating puppets in here for After Effects. So I'll go into After Effects and animate it, and like I'll draw out all the cycles, so like you can see the wag cycle right there, the mouth cycles right here. So you can do all this stuff in Photoshop and then actually turn it into a working video. It's really cool. I actually kind of think that the Adobe Suite is key to the creativity of a lot of creators, because I mean, what other piece of software allows you to do motion graphics, audio, graphics design, you know, like any other art, stuff like that? I mean, like you can do it all in Adobe. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jacob Spencer. I really appreciate that. I love cameras. I've been using cameras for, I don't know, like I've had a camera in my hand since I was like 5. Like this is what I'm most passionate about in the world, is, you know, like filming stuff. So I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Oh yeah, we've actually done Katamari reroll, the one for the Switch, on a couple live streams, and I love that game so much. I actually just recently beat it, and it is addicting. So let's see,
For lighting, I like to use a variety of LEDs.
Okay, so now's a good time to pull in some of that B-roll that we have. So lighting. So we have this shot. Yep, this shot right here. Oops. Let me do that. This is the only problem with Premiere. Sometimes I just like click something and it messes it up.
These are just the ones that I'm most comfortable with. For lighting, I like to use a variety of LEDs, from this small panel over here to this wand light over here. They are all small, versatile, and relatively inexpensive.
There we go. Yeah, so like, let's go over here and we can kind of trim down this B-roll. So a lot of times when you're working with, you know, like this kind of footage, so this is a relatively short edit, and I'm actually taking a lot longer than I usually would on it. So the total length of this clip without any of the audio and stuff, this is a 2-minute 30-second video finished. And so like I'll kind of roll through. Oh, so B-roll, that actually comes from the camera department. So that's camera department lingo. B-roll sometimes will come from the B camera team. So the second camera team, they'll go out and shoot additional footage. Sometimes it'll be your, you know, like the lead group, or you'll only have one group, and B-roll is just additional footage. So that's footage for the edit. It means that it's not a part of your A roll. So your A roll would be like your interview footage here, some beauty shots, you know, like stuff like that. B roll is the additional footage that you acquire on location or on set. And so this stuff all here, all this this footage that you see, so like this shot right here and these shots right here, that's B roll. Yeah.
Need great cameras out there for less? These are just the ones that I'm most comfortable with. For lighting, I like to use a variety of LEDs, from this small panel over here to this wand light over here. They are all small, versatile, and relatively inexpensive. Next up,
okay, so you can see there's a little bit of a janky section right here, so where I kind of...
versatile and relatively inexpensive.
So we're gonna just do like right from that point on that. Oh, oops. There we go. Delete that. Delete that. Oh.
This wand light over here. They are all small, versatile, and relatively inexpensive.
Okay, so we'll kind of like let me speak right over here.
Relatively inexpensive. Next up, edit.
There we go. Thank you, Oscar. Yeah, like editing is kind of just something that... So I'm not really like... I was never really a professional editor. I just know editing software. It's something that I would do on the side when need be, but, you know, like never something that I took like super seriously until I started getting into YouTube. So there's definitely a bit of a learning curve when I was first kind of jumping back into this. So, oh, here, let me play back the full clip so now you can actually see where we're at.
HuskyHeroine is a weekly show where I answer questions from you, my audience. This week, I'm answering a question from one of my patrons. How long does the video recording and editing process take, and which setup and tools do you use? To answer this question, we're going to do things a little differently, with some extra cool behind-the-scenes footage. So, first things first, let's talk about time. The time it takes to record and edit videos varies greatly depending on which video series I'm working on. Take, for example, Trans Voices. That series is a much longer edit process and will usually take me about an hour of shooting plus another 5 hours of editing it down so it'll be ready to post. Episodes like Ask Ash, however, are a bit faster and they take about an hour from start to finish. Now let's talk about gear and editing. As a side note, I have included affiliate links to all my recommended kit in the description below. For cameras, I like to use Sony. I have an A7 series cam that I use for almost everything. If you're in the market for a vlog cam, I would highly recommend the A7 III on the high end and the A6300 and 6500 on the mid-range. There are plenty of great cameras out there for less. These are just the ones that I'm most comfortable with. For lighting, I like to use a variety of LEDs, from this small panel over here to this wand light over here. They are all small, versatile, and relatively inexpensive. Next up, editing software. I use Premiere Pro Creative Cloud. In my opinion, the Adobe Suite...
There you go, see? In my opinion, no, we're talking about editing in a video about editing during an edit stream. There you go. So that's kind of where we're at right now. As you can see, we have some of the B-roll integrated. We have some good dynamic flow between the shots. And I mean, like, it's starting to really feel together and as a complete piece. Oh, Chevy Man, I'm a sucker for great audio too. It is so important to me. It is definitely something that I need, you know, like for everything that I make. And it's definitely something I strive for. Also, you can see here, so this is cell phone footage, and earlier I was talking about how in color grading, footage can break. Well, this is what broken footage looks like, and it hasn't been color graded. So, like, you could see the kind of jankiness, the fracturing of the codec itself, some macro blocking, and some... You know, Oscar, I have never made a reaction video. I would be happy to make a reaction video. You got a request, let me know, and I will make it. I actually had some weird old videos that I thought about reacting to, so, yeah. I'm going to edit this video about editing in this edit stream. Woo! That's the way it goes. So for this, let me show you something real fast, since we were kind of talking about it earlier. So you go down here, effects, and then you can go down in here to video effects, color correction, and lumetry, which is this right here. Drop that on, and it should appear up, maybe. Did I just break it? I think I just broke it. Awesome! Awesome, awesome, awesome. I just broke it again. Okay, cool. Figures. What? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit save real fast. I don't know why this is being so glitchy. I think it's because I'm trying to stream my desktop while I'm doing this, which, I mean, can take up a bit of power, but, I mean, like, I'm looking at my OBS over here to the side, and it doesn't really seem to say anything as far as, like, it using anything more than, like, 3% of my CPU, so... Huh. Okay, I guess we will pop back into Photoshop for one quick second. Say hello to Mouthless Ash. Premiere. So this happens every now and then. It's happening more because I'm streaming, of course. But essentially, this is why it's important to save. Try and save every chance you get, even if, you know, like, even if things don't or seem like a little redundant to you, save. Trust me, you will not regret it, especially when things go south. So there is a, going here into creative, there's a little tool, faded film, and you can kind of make the contrast all funky and get rid of some artifacts. On this one, I might have to do some other tricks to it and actually clean it out. We'll see. I mean, it might not be as bad as I think it is. It just looks pretty gnarly on my screen. Oh, well, actually, I can find out if it's as bad as I think it is. Yeah, it's as bad as I think it is. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, so you can kind of see here, you know, like how I'm organizing out my space. So
I use Premiere Pro Creative Cloud. In my
super
opinion,
meta.
Adobe Suite is unparalleled for functionality.
There we go. Okay, so
Or with it as well.
Okay, so it's usually really easy to tell when you kind of start a new thought because you'll have this pause, this little pause break right here. So you can see this segment is where I'm going to want to put my next cut for flow.
Finally, setups. These vary vastly from shot to shot, so I will give you a short and quick lighting 101. When filming, you want one light to illuminate your subject. This is called the key light, and additional lights to your
So we have our key light.
and additional lights to your scene, sometimes a color light with the background or a light to add separation, also called a backlight. I hope this helped.
Cool.
I hope this helped. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
There we go. So that's like my little outro right there. I try and do like different ones every now and then. I mean, like it's classic YouTube stuff at this point.
In my opinion, the Adobe Suite is
Okay, so we're gonna go in here, just finessing a few more things. 75. So we'll make this nice, quick, and pain-free. So there's Adobe Suite segment, and then. Trust me, it gets a little boring. Oh, yeah, I keep on trying, Bradley. I keep on trying.
These vary vastly from shot to shot, so I will give you a short and quick lighting 101. When filming, you want one light to illuminate your subject. This is called the key light, and additional lights to your scene, sometimes a color.
Okay, so we'll go 75. Actually, let's do like 85. Yeah, they do. So, Stephanie, I have my in logos all saved to a folder on my desktop, which I can actually pull up here in a second. So, if you want to add footage, so like right here, so you go in here, import, and then I need to... Of course, I just froze my computer. I totally just killed it. It's the end. No! This might be the end of the stream. We shall see. This has definitely been a stress test for my system. But yeah, Stephanie, so usually I would add in the end logos here. So I'd have them in my project file. So project files and video are called bins. It actually heralds back to the days in which they would actually clip and cut celluloid. So you'd have these bins where you'd actually set all the stuff. But anyways, I'd move them into my project file, which is right here, which is frozen. And I would snap them on the end, so like right here, and on the beginning, which is over there somewhere. And I mean, like, generally speaking, it's pretty straightforward. I think, honestly, like right now, what's happening is the stream is... causing some hiccups as far as like my system's processes and editing, so I don't know. I mean, we'll see if it loads, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Do any of y'all have any questions, like as far as like stuff that's been going on in here, stuff that you saw that you didn't quite understand, or stuff that you might like to like learn for yourself, your own channels? You can ask right now while we're waiting for this thing to work. I'm gonna actually fiddle with it real fast. Aww! Yay, Cactus Doggo. Oh yeah, absolutely. You're so welcome, Stephanie. I'm really glad to be able to share, and like I appreciate your support on Patreon. You're an amazing, amazing individual for caring so much to come out and go out of your way to really support me and what I do. I super appreciate it. I love sharing my process, and like I love sharing what I do with others, and like this is amazing for me. So I am so happy I could show you this. and I hope to be able to show you all more soon in the future. So I think I'm going to actually call it, seeing as this is just being completely uncooperative on the edit end. Oh, so my favorite color, Bradley, is purple and pink. I like purple and pink a lot. Those are like my two favorites. I can't really pick one. But yeah, I mean, is what it is, right? Oh, blushing. I blush a lot too, so yeah. But like, yes, thank you so much. Okay, so I guess we're gonna probably draw this stream to a close. So if you'd like to kind of continue the conversation, if there's other stuff that y'all want to learn about editing and anything else that you saw on the stream that you might not have understood but want to understand better, you can check out my Discord, which is linked in the description below, as well as in the chat on several occasions. And oh, there it is. Thank you, Chip. So you can check out my Discord and ask me questions there. If you have any suggestions, thoughts, ideas for Ask Ash and stuff, there's separate channels in there. As far as like places where you can really interact. Hello, Shadowstar. You came in just as I was ending the stream. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Also, like I was saying to Stephanie, while like your support is not required, I do appreciate any support that y'all give me on Patreon and stuff like that. Special thank you to all my patrons. Thank you so much for the support that you are giving me to help me do what I do and what I love. And if you are new to this channel and liked this stream and would like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing. That being said, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your day off if you had a day off, and goodbye.